And we're back. Pardon me. I tallied up the scores, and as we suspected, in last place is Cy with 15 points. Mel Gibson has 13 points, so very close between them. Yellow, Christina Applegate's right behind them with 12. Then it's a little bit of a drop-off. Vivica's got 9. JK's got 5. And Kevin Durant doesn't have a single cube on the inspector sheet. He's looking pretty squeaky clean over here. Who knew he was such a goodies two-shoes? But, but anything can change. Remember, the third and fourth floor are each worth 5 points for each cube there, so that could be a very big deal. But right now, Black is up. He's going to try to cover his tracks by saying he's a little paranoid. He's got a lot, 3, 5, 6, 7 cubes on the board. He wants to try to get rid of some of those. Probably makes sense for him to do it on the... you know what? I don't know. He's going to go for it. He's going to say he thinks J.K. Rowling and Kevin Durant are on the fourth floor. So blue and gray on the fourth floor. At least he got one right, I guess. So I guess there were 2 cubes there, but so 2 of Kevin Durant's on the fourth floor. And no gray, so he's going to have to stick one of his own back in there. So Kevin Durant went from 0 to 10 just like that, and kind of put him in the mix. At least I think so, unless one of those cubes is back there, but who knows. So here we go. There's no video evidence of this whatsoever. So we'll drop Kevin Durant in. Black. Brown. The blue's up. He's going to say he thinks Vivica A. Fox. He's going to say Vivica A. Fox, Christina Applegate are on the third floor. He's going to say, and also size. So black, brown, yellow on the third floor. Black, brown, yellow. Black, brown, yellow. So as you can see, there's a lot of brown. Black, brown, yellow. So he was wrong about the yellow. So he's going to have to throw one of his cubes in there. So you got the black and brown correct, so that's 3 of Vivica's on the third floor. Those are worth a lot of points. And a black one. So that was just 15 points put on the board for Vivica. Very guilty indeed. And she's got 3, 4, 5, 6 on the inspector sheet. Remember, 10 triggers the end of the game. Black has 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, so he's getting pretty close also. So I'm going to drop these in. Here's Kevin Durant's. Mel Gibson's. And here comes Vivica's. And black. Alright. Vivica's up. She's going to say Cy and Cy only. She'll say Cy and Mel Gibson are on the 5th floor. So black and white are on the 5th floor. Oh no. Not a good showing there, since there were none. So she was wrong twice, so she has to throw 2 of hers in there. We'll throw Christina's in first. Her own. So now Christina's up. She'll suspect. She'll say Vivica, just Vivica on the 4th floor. got one of them. One of Vivica's was on the 4th floor. Put that there. And now she has 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 on the board. Decent play, nothing crazy. So here's JK's, Kevin's, Size, and Vivica's. JK only has 1 cube on the board, so she's pretty happy about that. She's just going to say Psy on the 6th floor. Just Psy. There's a lot over here. One of the first board games I found out I was terrible at was Operation as a child. If you can see, I've got the shakiest hand. I figured out from a young age I could not be a surgeon. But, what do we got? So 2 blacks, huh? On the 6th floor. So throws those up there and throw the rest back. Let's count the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wham! Game over. There's all 10 cubes from Psy are on the inspector sheet. So that triggers the end of the game. So now we just have to add up. This is over, and we're just adding up who has the fewest points, or who has the most points and fewest points, all that kind of jazz. So I guess we'll just start with Psy first and foremost. Let me pull this up, make sure you can see it. I'll put this, try and slide this over a little bit without knocking everything over. That would be pretty bad. Let's see if we can see this at home. Not quite. What about now? Does that help? I think we can see that. So, we'll start with black. So, these 3 are worth 1 apiece, so that's 3 points. 3 points. These are worth 1 apiece, so there's 4 of them for black, worth 1 point apiece. 4 more points. Then we've got this one. This is on the same floor and it's adjacent to this one. So it's 3 points for being on the same floor, 2 points for being adjacent, so worth 5 points. And same holds for these 2. They're also worth 5 points. That's 15 points for those 3. So what does that equal? 22, correct? 15 plus 7 is 22. Alright, not a great start. So I'll get those out of the way. Or I guess I'll leave them where they were for the sake of that tiebreaker like I was telling you about. Over here. Get all these out of the way. Get these out of the way. Won't need those anymore. Alright. So now we've got, we'll do blue. Each one is worth 5 points like we said. That's 10 points. In the clear, Kevin Durant is advancing to a game of Cyclades for round 2. Vivica. This is adjacent, so that's 2 points. This is on the same floor, so that's 5. So that's a total of 7. Plus, each one's worth 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, plus 20 more is 27, so that looks like she's in last place now. And this one's adjacent, so that's worth 2 points. So that's 29, I believe. So, not looking good for Vivica, and just by the rest of looking what's on the board, it looks like Vivica A. Fox has, her time with this is short-lived. But I'll finish out the scoring just so we figure out the rankings. Yellow, this is 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 3 points, plus 5 is 8, 9, 10. 10 points for yellow. That's tied with Kevin Durant for low score as of right now. Then we're going to do gray. Just the 1 cube on the board for JK, which is worth 5 though. Still low score. And Mel Gibson, who was suspect at the early on, if you do recall, 2 quick cubes on the same floor. So that's 1, plus 2 is 3, plus 10 is 13. So the final standings was J.K. Rowling in first place. Then yellow and blue tied, but the tiebreaker, like I said, whoever had the fewest or had the most points on the same floor would lose. So as you can see, Kevin Durant, his clues were all on the same floor, so that's worth, he had 2 on there. Meanwhile, Christina Applegate only had the one, so he's more suspicious. That's a little house rule tiebreaker, because just because all of her clues are on the peripheries, we don't want to penalize her that much as a tiebreak. So Christina came in second. Kevin came in third. And who's next? Then we had Mel Gibson with 13, 3 away for fourth. Then fifth was Cy, and in last place was Vivica A. Fox. What really did her in, she was near the end of the pack, but that one suspect investigation or whatnot on the third floor did her in when she had 3 cubes in there. Just tough to come back from that, and it was poor timing because she was right behind Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant just found that. It was tough to really cover your tracks when we empty out the floor and we drop them in, and she didn't feel confident that any of her cubes actually fell in there, so she didn't want to waste a turn trying to cover her tracks when there's a very low percentage of any of her cubes actually being in that third floor. It's just unfortunate how that happened, but I hope you enjoyed the game of Morning Arosa and learned how to play a little bit, and stay tuned for the second round of the multiplayer solitaire celebrity gaming tournament, where these 5 will move on and play a 5-player game of Cyclades. Thank you.